Welcome to the How Do I series of training videos for the ChiroSuite electronic health record system. In this video, we are going to discuss how to do insurance billing. The assumption here is that you have already entered the patient in the system, that you have entered insurance policy information in the patient's file, and that you have completed all the other information that is necessary so that the billing can be completed. The first step that you need to take is go to Tools and then click on Insurance Manager. When Insurance Manager opens, your first stop should be the Pre-Billing tab. Any patient that is listed on the Pre-Billing tab has information missing from their file, which is going to guarantee that the system will not produce a claim for that particular patient. This information needs to be entered, and once it has been completed, then you will be able to do all the insurance billing that you need to for the patient. In this pre-billing area, you will see that the patient name is listed twice depending upon which items are entered. If there was only a diagnosis missing, then it would only show up one line. If other information is missing, it will show up on the next. In order to enter this information in the patient file, right-click on the patient name and then left-click where it says Complete Missing Information. That will take you to the window within the system where you will be able to create the missing information and get it in place so the billing can be done. In this instance, it brought us to the diagnosis window. Click on the new icon, select which of the dates it should be set to, and then enter your diagnoses. You have the ability to make use of the diagnosis patterns that are listed on the lower left of the window by clicking on a pattern name and then making a selection from the list at the bottom. If you select these items in a specific sequence, then those items, when you click the Apply button, will appear in that order on the diagnosis window. If there's another diagnosis that you need to add on after the first one or two are in place, then simply click on the pattern for that item, choose the item that you need, and again click the Apply button, and it will be added on. If you did not want it there, it would have been simple to simply just enter it by clicking onto the line you do want it on, and then when you apply that, it will show up in that box. Once you've applied it where you want, you can go back to the top line, click on Delete a Single ICD Code, and it will remove that item from the list. You can use this button to delete a single ICD code at any time that you choose. All you need to do is click onto the line that you want deleted and then click the button. When you are finished entering all the diagnosis codes, you may want to set the diagnosis visitometer, which means that you will set the diagnosis to expire either by date or by number of visits allowed. If you want to set it by date, double-click in the date field to bring up the calendar, and let's say you want to be sure you change this diagnosis within 4 weeks. You can click on the date that will be 4 weeks into the future, and if you want it set by a specific number of visits, then you can set those visits as well. Once you have set this information and you click on the Save icon, that means that when either this date or this number of visits is met, you will get a pop-up message letting you know that it is time to change the diagnosis for this particular patient. Once the diagnosis has been entered and saved, you can close the patient window and return to the insurance manager. And you will see that that one line for the diagnosis missing is now gone. However, in order to now enter the other information, once again, right-click on that line, click on Complete Missing Information, and that will take you to the window in which it is necessary to enter the information. Now in this instance, in the insurance policy window, you're going to get a little pop-up that lets you know what information is missing from the billing tab, the CMS tab, and the subscriber tab. And then you just need to go down the list and enter that information. For example, on the billing tab, the date on which the patient signed a release authorizing you to release information to the insurance company is missing. So click into the date field. You can either push the C key on the keyboard, meaning for current date, that will enter today's date, or you can double click in the field and choose a date from the calendar. The next item that's on the list here, it says CMS tab. So let's go to the CMS tab, and what's missing are the onset and consultation dates. So again, you can either use the C key on your keyboard, or you can use the calendar in order to enter that information. And the last item that's here, the information that's missing from the subscriber tab. So click on subscriber, and then we need the insured's ID number, the insured's policy or group number, the employer name or school name, and if you don't have it, you can simply put in a N/A. Now when you enter the NA, this is case sensitive and it does make a difference. If you use a lowercase NA, then it is going to leave the field completely blank. If you use an uppercase N/A, then that is going to cause the NA to be printed in that particular field. And then once all of that information has been entered in the patient file, click on the Save icon, and again, close the patient and return to Tools, Insurance Manager, and now you will see that on the Pre-Billing tab, those line items are gone. And this is what you would like to have whenever you're going to be sending out insurance claims. Keep in mind that any patient that is on this pre-billing list will not have a claim produced for their charges. The next item is to go into the claim registry. We click on the claim registry tab, and now we want to create all the claims. So what we do is simply click on the Create button on the right-hand side. Whether they're going on paper or electronically, it's going to be the same process. You click Create, and that verifies that you want it for all providers, or you can select just one provider that it should be sent out for. It can go to all carriers, or you can select an individual insurance company and choose that one as well. And as far as the date range is concerned, it should look for all dates for which billing has been done but not yet submitted to an insurance company. Click OK, and then it's going to say this is how you're going to find the claims that you want. Are you sure you want to create the claims? Say yes, and then it will let you know how many claims it created and what was the total dollar amount of those claims. Click OK. Now the next step, click on the drop-down arrow under Type. If you're going to send things electronically through any clearinghouse other than Gateway TriZetto, click on Print Image, and that will bring up the claim that is there. You would then click on Output, and it will ask you, do you want to create a new print image file? If you do, you say yes. If you say no, it will take the new information and merge it together with the last print image file that you created. Now, if you had created claims and not submitted them, that everything that you created has been merged together and you can submit it in one shot. Otherwise, if this is going to be a completely new set of claims, just click yes. Once you're done with that, if you want to see where the claim file is located so you know how to upload it to the clearinghouse, click on the button that says Print Image File, and when the print image file opens, select claim.eft. And after you have clicked claim.eft, that will open a view of the claim itself, and you can review it by scrolling through and seeing everything that is there. Now, some of the information is going to be in locations that you recognize. Some of it may not be. It depends on what the clearinghouse that you're dealing with is requiring and how the system actually sets it up. Remember that this is going electronically. It is not going to actually print on a piece of paper. Once you're finished viewing the claim.eft file, click Close, and then you can return to the Insurance Manager. Once you're in Insurance Manager, if you have paper claims to file, then click on the CMS 1500-0212, and if those claims are ready for printing, they will be listed here. You would then make sure that you have the red CMS 1500 form in your printer, and then you would click the print button. If you are dealing with Gateway TriZetto, you would click on Gateway EDI, and that will bring up all the claims that need to go through them. Now, you will notice that something changed over here from the print image file. With Gateway EDI, in order to submit the claims, instead of clicking a button where you're producing the claims, you click the Transmit button. The system will automatically log in to Gateway. It will automatically upload the file, and it will come back and give you a little message that says that the claims have been submitted. You can then contact Gateway to verify that they've actually received them, but usually that's all it takes. Whereas if you are using the print image file and submitting the claims to another clearinghouse, you must, after creating the claims, upload that claim file into the clearinghouse. Also on this window, if there is a need for you to recreate claims, then you would choose the type of claims that you want to recreate. Click on the little icon over here for Smart Select, and brings up the Select Claims area. You can do this for all insurance companies, or you can choose just a single carrier by clicking there and then click on the drop-down list and choose the carrier that you need. The claim type is going to default to the type of claim that you selected in the upper type box. As far as when were these claims created, you would put a check in the Claims Created area. You can choose the Smart Date by the drop-down arrow and select an item from the list that is here. Or you can use the From and Through boxes and choose that. Obviously, you want to submit claims that have been unpaid, and I would suggest that you decide for your own practice what is the cutoff point. In other words, if a claim is only going to go out for $2, is it worth mailing the claim out? So what is the point at which you would say, no, we don't want to, and then say that you want to submit claims that are greater than whatever that particular dollar amount is. Also, because you are recreating claims, the likelihood is that those claims had already been printed, so in this instance, change it to all claims. And then, how do you want the claims to be sorted? If the claims are sorted by insurance carrier, then that's easy. You simply click insurance carrier from the drop-down list. The second item, I would suggest making insurance carrier ID. Why? Well, there are multiple offices for different insurance companies, and especially if this is going on paper, it will make your life a lot easier if you have sorted the claims in advance. This is going to group them not just by carrier name, but it's going to make sure that each group that needs to go to a specific address is in that one bundle. The next item is maybe choose the patient's last name. This way, under each insurance carrier, the claims will be sorted alphabetically by last name, and if there are multiple patients from the same family that are coming in, you can also choose chart number, which will make sure that they are grouped accordingly. And then when you click the display button, that will bring up all the unpaid claims that you are looking for in the sorted selection setup that you requested. Now, at this point, you have the option of deciding, do you want the claim to be submitted or not? If it is going to be submitted, there must be a check in the queue box. If that check is missing, the claims will not go out. Now, you can also right-click into any area, and you can queue it from here, or if you are 100% sure that you want all these claims to go, then click on Queue All, and that puts the check in the box for everything. Now, if this was Gateway EDI, then you would click on the Transmit button, but since this is just print image, you click on Output, and then we're going to say, yes, we want to create a new image file, and it will go through creating all the claims, totaling them up, and once the check is gone from the queue list, then all of these claims are in a file ready to be submitted. If you want to see which file it is, click on the Print Image File button, go to claim.eft, and you can scroll through the entire list and verify that they're all there. On the other side of the coin, once you have this location, this is the file that you will upload to your clearinghouse. Now, there are some clearinghouses that will not accept something with the EFT extension. And if that is the case, we have put something into the settings area. Go into Tools, Settings, click on Insurance, and over here you can change it from claim.eft to claim.txt. And once you click OK, then that will actually create it as a text file, which can also be uploaded to those other clearinghouses. And once you have made a change like that, in order for that change to take effect, you need to close the program completely and then reopen it. If you are printing on paper, then you would choose the CMS 1500 0212 form, which is the newest revision of the CMS 1500. Once you have selected the CMS 1500 0212 form, you would make sure that the red CMS 1500 form is in your printer. Click the Print button, and the claims will print out in the sequence that you selected when you were creating the claims. This concludes the training video for how to submit claims to the insurance carriers.